Welcome to BCom Part 3 students. Firstly, student should note that there are two papers of accountancy for TY BCom. These two papers have been divided into 4 semesters. For semester number 1, there are two papers of advanced accountancy. Advanced accountancy paper number 1, it includes theoretical as well as practical approach. It means that problems will be asked in examination for advanced accountancy paper number 1. But students should note that advanced accountancy paper number 2, subtitled as auditing, it is completely theoretical paper. It means no questions will be asked in the examination on practical of auditing. Instead of practical, only theoretical aspects we are going to learn in this paper. So kindly note that this is completely theoretical paper. In the present lecture, we are going to learn what are the types of audit. Myself, Professor Dr. V.K. Sawant, and now we are concerned with types of auditing. There are two major types of audit: internal audit and external audit. Internal audit is not compulsory, it is optional, but statutory audit is also known as external audit, is compulsory. Internal audit, though not compulsory, but it is conducted for well-being and reputation of the organization. Internal audit is an additional to external audit or statutory audit. So therefore kindly note that internal audit is not compulsory, but large scale organization may create its separate department for conducting internal audit work. The purpose of internal audit is to assure the management that the accounts are being properly maintained and the system provides adequate safeguard for detection and prevention of any fraud. The scope and objective of internal audit vary from business to business. By considering the nature of business, this type varies. It may be extended to accounting aspect. Internal audit is a part of system of internal control. Internal audit may be conducted for sole traders, partnership firms, professional purpose. It is necessary to note that no compulsion of audit in respect of sole traders, partnership firms, and professional persons. Sole traders are the traders who invest capital in the business individually. Sole trader is a small type of business organization. Sole trader is responsible to all the activities related with his business. Capital is invested by sole trader as well as profit also goes to sole traders. In case of sole trader, there is no need of audit, but sole trader may carry related activities for safeguard his own interest. In case of partnership firm is a firm in which partners are coming together and form a particular type of business. They invest capital in partnership firm. They also determine their profit sharing ratio generally on the basis of capital invested by them. Partnership firm runs as per the Partnership Act 1932. As per the partnership deed, they work. In case of partnership firm, there is no need of audit, but in order to bring efficiency, the auditor should take proper precaution for maintaining of accounts of their business. Professional persons. Professional persons are the persons who are educationally strong and skillful. They provide services to the society. Examples of professional persons are doctors, chartered accountants, solicitors, etc. Professional persons providing services to the society and they get remuneration of their work in the form of fees. External audit is compulsory audit. It is also called as statutory audit. Statutory audit is compulsory under law. External audit can be conducted by a qualified chartered accountant whose rights, duties, and liabilities are determined by the concerned statute. The duties and rights may be extended by an agreement between the auditor and concerned institution. The audit is compulsory to the following cases. Joint stock companies incorporated by the Companies Act. Presently in India, Companies Act 2013 is in exist. As per this act, audit of company is mandatory or compulsory. The qualification of an auditor of the company has determined in the Companies Act. Banking companies governed by the Banking Companies Act. It means that audit is also compulsory to all types of banks. Insurance companies governed under the Insurance Act. There are two types of insurance companies: life insurance companies and non-life insurance companies. Non-life insurance companies is also known as general insurance companies. The insurance companies have also required to get their accounts audited from the qualified auditor. Cooperative societies registered under the Cooperative Societies Act. They are also required to get their accounts audited. Public and charitable trusts registered under various religious acts. There are certain charitable trusts who were established for the welfare of the society. They provide services generally free of cost to the needy persons. Also, charitable institutions cover educational institutions. It means that educational institutions are established under Charitable Trust Act. Local authorities have also required to get their accounts audited from the auditor. Local authorities includes Gram Panchayat, Nagar Panchayat, municipality, municipal corporation, Jilla Parishad, Panchayat Samiti, and Cantonment Board. They are working for public well-being. So their accounts are maintained, and these accounts must be audited as per the Act. Government undertakings and departments. There are certain undertakings which are established by government. So their accounts must be audited within time through qualified chartered accountant. Apart from this, all business organizations having annual sales over prescribed limit, they should have also required to conduct audit of their financial activities. It means for this organization, audit is compulsory. This is external audit. Also, this is termed as statutory audit. The rules and regulations for audit are prescribed by the respective acts. It means that there are certain acts, for example, Companies Act 2013, Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949. It means these organizations are working for the society, therefore prescribed acts are laid down, and the audit of that organization should be conducted as per the provisions laid down in the respective acts. External audit can be conducted by a qualified chartered accountant whose rights, duties, and liabilities are determined by the respective acts. The auditor is expected to act as an agent for shareholders, that is members in case of companies. The auditor is expected to act as an agent for trustees in case of trusts, and auditor should act as an agent for the sake of beneficiaries. It means that main types of audit can be stated as external audit and internal audit. Apart from this, there are certain types of audit which are mostly coming under external audit. External audit is also known as statutory audit. In external audit, there are certain audit. These audits are subdivided as mentioned here. So we are now relate to classes of auditor. It means types of audit. These all types of audit are coming under external audit or statutory audit. Statutory audit means the audit which is conducted as per the legal provisions of the respective act. On the basis of classes, the audit type has been given into 5 categories. So I would like to mention here that types of audit is mostly important for the sake of determining the performance of a particular organization. Internal audit is optional audit, but external audit is compulsory audit or mandatory audit. Therefore, it is necessary to note that the classes of audit are to be mentioned under the external audit. Therefore, we are concerned with classes of audit. There are 5 classes of audit. First class is based on authority. Another class of audit is based on scope. Third one class of audit is based on time. Fourth one class of audit is based on objects. And last classes include other types of audit. Firstly, we relate to classes of audit according to authority. It is also mentioned here based on authority. On the basis of authority, there are 3 classes of audit: statutory audit, non-statutory audit, internal audit. Statutory audit is compulsory to the organizations. There is no option. It means this is compulsory, so those types of organization like banks, insurance companies, local bodies, trust, they have required to maintain their accounts properly and get their accounts audited from the qualified auditor for the sake of creating own craze as well as give the confidence to the stakeholders. Another class is non-statutory audit. This word itself suggests that there is no compulsion to conduct that type of audit. It means that non-statutory audit is not compulsory. It is optional. Non-statutory audit is mostly useful to partnership firms and professional persons. Under authority, based on authority, there is another type of audit is internal audit. The internal audit is not also compulsory audit. It is optional audit. It may or may not be conducted That's depend upon the nature of business and the willing of the business. Internal audit is conducted by the internal auditor who is appointed to the proprietor. Even the employee of the organization may be appointed as an internal auditor to examine the books of accounts. All the terms and conditions of audit work are determined by an agreement. The basic purpose of internal audit is not only to examine the books of accounts but also to take review the present working and make valuable suggestions to the management for improving the performance of the business organization. The purpose of internal audit is to verify the accuracy of the records maintained by the organization, to ensure the transactions have proper authority, and to make investigations for management. And lastly, the basic object of auditing is to take review of entire system for and make it more effective. Another class of audit is based on scope. There are two types or classes of audit, namely complete audit and partial audit. Complete audit is a audit is conduct is conducted depthly. It means no testing or test audit is applied under this. Another type of or class of audit based on scope, that is partial audit. As the name suggests, it is not complete audit. The auditor is asked to check a few books of accounts only. For example, the auditor may be asked to audit the cash book only. Partial audit is not allowed in the case of joint stock company. Another class of audit is based on time. On the basis of time, there are three classes of audit: continuous audit, final audit, and interim audit. Continuous audit is also known as detailed audit. A continuous audit is one where the auditor's staff is engaged continuously on the accounts the whole year uh, round, or where the auditor attends at intervals fixed or otherwise during the financial year. Because of continuous audit, it is possible to detect errors and frauds in time and are corrected without any loss to the client. Continuous audit and exhaustive checking of the business transaction is carried out. The auditor gets into closer touch with the business and is able to know the technical details, enabling him to give valuable advice to his client for improvement. But there are certain disadvantages of continuous audit, like it is time consuming work, the audit is not carried at one time, so auditors may lose their attention and they may fail to clear up outstanding queries, to follow up the uncompleted transactions. Another class of audit is final audit. It is also called as annual audit or periodical audit. A final audit is one where the auditor attends only at the end of the financial period and finishes his work without any interval. There are certain advantages derived from final audit, like the work of auditing is completed in one session. The auditor does not lose his attention from the work. It is less expensive as compared to continuous audit. There are certain disadvantages of final audit, like final audit is not suitable for large concerns. Errors and frauds cannot be detected in time to avoid their recurrence, and the proprietor cannot get the desired information duly verified and when he needs without difficulty. Another type, another type that is based on time is interim audit. Interim audit is carried out by the outside parties. Interim audit is done at any time during the year. In case of interim audit, the accounts prepared, for example, profit and loss account for a part of the year and are checked. In case of interim audit, the auditor has to submit his report. Therefore, it is noted that interim audit is an audit which is conducted between the two periodical or balance sheet audits. Interim audit is conducted with a view to find out interim profit for the purpose of declaration of interim dividend. On the basis of objects, there are certain classes of audit, namely special audit, cost audit, management audit, and service audit. Special audit under section 233 of the Companies Amendment Act 1960, the central government may direct special audit of company accounts of any company when the company is of the opinion that the affairs of the company are not being managed in accordance with the sound business principles, or the financial position of any company is so as to endanger its solvency. The central government appoints either a chartered accountant or the company's auditor himself to carry out special audit, and the auditor has to submit his report to the central government. It means that special audit is to be conducted as per the order given by the central government. Another type of audit or class of audit is cost audit. The name itself suggests that the audit is conducted for various costs. There are in cost accounting, there are for making a particular product, it requires number of processes. So cost audit is concerned with the audit of cost items or expenses. Auditor should note that while preparing cost sheet, there should not be items having financial nature. Then another class of audit based on objects is management audit. Management audit is the audit which is conducted for the well-being of management and providing sufficient information to the management. So management should take care for their activities for doing business in best manner. Another type of audit is or class of audit is service audit. Service audit is a audit concerned with particular type of services. So the focus of that audit is to conduct service of a particular class or the service provided by the organization. Apart from this, there are other types of audit called as other classes of audit. Here, first class is balance sheet audit. Final audit, sometimes referred to as balance sheet audit, but there is a silent difference between the final audit and balance sheet audit. The balance sheet audit is comparatively of recent origin. It relates to checking the items of balance sheets alone. The audit commences from the balance sheet working back to the books of original entry and the relative documents, etc. As this audit relates to checking the balance sheet items only, it is not a complete audit, but it is a partial audit. Another class of audit is tax audit. It means that a business or organization has a required to pay various taxes to the government. There are different types of taxes: direct taxes, indirect taxes. Direct taxes includes income tax. Indirect tax includes GST. So this audit is conducted for the purposes of tax of the organizations. Another class of audit is cash audit. Cash audit, the name itself suggests that this is audit conducted for cash receipts and cash payments. Another class of audit is operational audit. There are different types of operations carried out in the businesses, and these that is called as departmental classification and departmentalization of the organization. There are various departments are working in the organization. So therefore, the operational audit is concerned with the particular department audit, but entirely the auditor has required to give his report of the entire organization to the owner or members of the company, owners or members of the company. Another type or class of audit is social audit. This type of audit is uh, taken for protecting environmental issues and the issues which are beneficial to the society. And last type of audit is efficiency audit. Efficiency audit relates to make comparison between expected performance and actual performance and give suggestions for improving existing performance. Therefore, in this part, we learned about what are the types of audit. Basically, there are two types of audit: internal audit and external audit. Internal audit is optional audit, external audit is mandatory audit. So in this way, we are concluding today today's speech. Thank you.